Good evening, everybody. I'm Muriel Bowser. I'm the mayor of Washington, D.C. I'm joined tonight by Chief Lanier, Councilmember Yvette Alexander, the Deputy Mayor for Public Safety, Kevin Donahue, the Deputy Mayor for Greater Economic Opportunity, Courtney Snowden, the 6th District Commander, as well as other members of the Metropolitan Police Department. We wanted to bring everybody together to give you an update on a series of horrific violence that we experienced in the city over the late afternoon and evening. Specifically, we want to talk about two particular scenes in Ward 7. The chief will also update us on separate incidents in Ward 8 and one in Ward 4. I also want to just let everybody in the community know that I have been briefed throughout the day from the chief of police about how we can immediately move police resources to the areas of most concern. Like all people watching and all people who live in these affected neighborhoods, we are just horrified by what we saw today. It's a level of violence that is not acceptable in our city, and we are going to put every single resource, police and otherwise, in the neighborhoods to get rid of this violence. It's also very important that anytime a crime occurs, that people are immediately brought to justice. So if you have any information on any of these scenes, we ask that you call the police right away. You can reach them by calling 911, and the police chief will also provide ways that you can provide anonymous tips. We always need help from the community to solve these crimes immediately, to bring people to justice. I wanted, especially we have been concerned with the two scenes in Ward 7 and have been briefing the council member as well throughout the late afternoon and evening. And I know she too wants to provide Ward 7 residents an update.
Thank you, Mayor Bowser. Good evening. Our residents, we live here, and we want some assurances that we're safe in our community. So I immediately, with this act or these two acts tonight, it's getting out of hand. And I'm glad that Mayor Bowser was very responsive, but we need to come up with a plan of action because our residents want some assurance that they are safe in their community as they should be. So we need to come up, Chief Lanier, with a plan of action because I know the summer is approaching us and a lot of our young people will be out of school. So we have concerns, and our concerns definitely have to be addressed. And I look forward to working with you. Our community looks forward to working with you to reduce these horrific acts out there. And I once again ask anyone who knows something, because our community knows something, and we need to start speaking up and taking our communities back because we're pretty sick and tired of these acts, and we have to take action. So thank you, Mayor Bowser.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember. And Councilmember, you can count on making sure that we're for sure going to pull all of our resources together to specifically examine, and we have already, I know the chief does this in all of her crime briefings, to look to see if any spike in activity that we see in any of our police districts and what the trends are and where to deploy the resources. So Chief, if you could give us an update and let us know about deployments for the district.
All right. I'll start off by saying it's still very, very early. Everything I'm going to say to you is preliminary. I'll give you the best that we have right now. I'll talk about the crimes that occurred today, and then I'll talk about deployments. So, again, these are approximate times and preliminary information only. So the first shooting that we had today occurred around 1 o'clock this afternoon. That was a homicide that occurred in the areas of Texas Avenue and B Street Southeast, not too far from where we are right now. While we were on the scene of that incident, we got a call for a shooting over in the 3700 block of Georgia Avenue Northwest. We responded to that shooting. That person is in stable condition, and detectives are actively working that case. Completely unrelated to the case over here for all the information we have right now. While on the scene of that case, we got a call for two people shot at Fairlawn and Young, I believe, Young Street in Southeast. We responded to that incident. one minor injury, one gunshot wounds to lower extremities. That case also we believe is unrelated, and we have information that detectives are working on that case. While on the scene of that case, we got the call for the homicide that occurred at 49th and B Street Southeast. This is about 30-40 minutes after the Fairlawn Avenue shooting. We do believe right now that potentially the homicide case from Texas Avenue and the homicide case from 49th and B Street Southeast are connected. That is preliminary, so we are still working those cases. We have a lot of people we're still talking to, and I want to say to the community members that came forward in all of the cases today, and there was not any case today that we didn't get some information, but I do want to thank those community members who did come forward. This is not a community that sits by and does not speak when things like this happen. So that's kind of the rundown of the cases from today. I will say that we used to start our summer crime initiative, our advanced deployment, in July. And then we pushed it back to June. And this year we started it in May. We held a series of meetings. We actually started planning in January. We held a series of meetings with partner agencies and others. And we rolled out that summer crime planning for violent crime reduction in first week of May. And so the homicide that occurred on Texas Avenue is right on the border of one of those areas. And the second homicide that occurred on 49th and B Street is in one of those areas. So those areas already had extra deployments, and extra deployments than what they would normally have in anticipation of potential increases in crime in those areas. But policing and strategies are not something that we just put a plan in place and move on. We adjust those strategies day by day, and we have to move resources around sometimes hour by hour. Today's a great example. We moved resources around specific to what information we have and specific to the threats that a community may face based on what we know. So it's difficult to give you fixed plans for what we do. We have a plan in place for the summer that includes the areas that were hit with violence today. But those resources have to be fluid, they have to be mobile, and we have to make decisions throughout the course of the day, hour by hour. So with that, I will take questions at this point, so that kind of gives you the overview.
Can we ask all reporters, please state your name and the outlet you represent, please?
Chief Lanier, Hi, how are you? Can you comment on the violence today? And I talked to some of your officers, and it was a lot. I mean, from 1 p.m. till 6. They're working around the clock on this. As the chief, what comes to mind when you have your, officers working so hard?
Well, so we look at the communities that we are in today. Last year, this patrol district, this area, won the Crime Reduction Award. They had the biggest reduction in violent crimes. In fact, today, violent crime in this area is down 3%. So it just goes to show no matter how successful we are overall with crime and how successful we are in the community and reducing violent crime, you can never rest, because there's always potential for something to flare up. And the officers that work here, I think part of the fatigue is we've come so far and we've done so much and we've had so much success. We refuse to let this go back. We will not backslide.
What do you say to some folks watching this who have information, but quite frankly, they're scared to come forward, scared of retaliation?
We need people to talk to us. There's ways that you can talk to us anonymously. We have our text tip line. You can text us at 50411. That's anonymous. You can call 727-9099. The reason we've been able to take violent offenders off the street the way we have so far and all the way up through today is because people talk to us, because they're scared. We get that. But scared sometimes can help us get the people that are creating the fear in the communities off the street, and that's what we need. We need people that are willing to come forward and work with us, and we do everything we can to assure the safety of those people.
Chief, you said that the two homicides appear to be connected. Do you have any lookouts or anything that you could tell us that link those things that you guys are working with on that?
So I would say the best lookout that we have, and this is preliminary, we have information that there was possibly a small red car or red Honda that was seen fleeing the scene of 49th and B Street. And that was the second homicide that happened today, I want to say after 3 o'clock, 3:30 in that area.
Chief Tom Rousey, ABC7. Is it possible any of the other shootings today were connected to the two homicides?
We have nothing to believe that they are connected right now, no.
Did you guys have any other shootings or shooting victims wander in any hospitals after these 5 shootings today? Did you have any other reports of shooting victims this evening?
So we have one walk into a hospital about an hour, maybe less, 45 minutes ago, that walked into a hospital. We have no idea what that's connected to right now. We have nothing. We don't know whether that happened in the district or somewhere else or connected to these or not.
Investigating that as a sixth shooting for this evening?
Well, we have with the hospitals in the district, we have a lot of walk-ins. We got to figure out where it happened first, but of course, detectives are investigating that right now.
When you first started as chief, one of your big focuses in trying to reduce violent crime was trying to stop the retaliatory violence. These leads that you are right now, how confident are you guys are going to be able to stop this before it goes beyond just these two?
I can tell you from 2007 till today, our ability to get information and reduce violence through information that prevents retaliation is 160 degrees ahead of where we were in 2007. We still have a ways to go, but I think people by and large, like we said, are really tired of the violence and they want to go about living their lives and raising their children and not worry about whether somebody's going to pull a gun and shoot at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think we've come a really long way and the community has worked with us very well. All right, thank you.